Hey, I was wondering if you're on your way over here yet.
I'm about to leave now.
Okay, cool. I actually wanted to ask you if I could possibly drive your car when you get here.
I'm not driving my car.
Then what are you taking? Oh, fuck. It is currently 1.5 years since we filmed the last episode. So as you probably have imagined, the bike is done now. I wish I had some footage to show you guys of us doing the final assembly, but the only video I was able to recover from so long ago was this one right here. So, we are in Home Depot right now getting the last bolts and nuts to put the fairings on. Then after this, the bike should be completed. So, the bike has been on the road for quite a while now. It's been ridden, loved, and have had many miles put on it. However, with all those miles, there comes maintenance that needs to be done, as well as sometimes problems. So in this episode, we tackle some things that need to get done on the bike in order for it to be on the road safely. So come on, let's dive right in. For quite a while now, my brother has had a slow gas leak out of his overflow tube. He thought it might have been due to bad floats, but even after he replaced those, it was still leaking. My initial thought was possibly a damaged petcock, so we took a closer look at that.
Probably not a good idea to just let gasoline drip inside your vehicle, is it?
No. Probably not.
When in the on or reserve position, fuel is only supposed to flow when there is a vacuum pulling it, essentially only when the engine is running. But you can see here that it is slowly dripping out, and it is set on reserve. So this is definitely the culprit, but let's see what's going on. With the valve cover removed, you can see that there's sand in here. I have no idea how it got in here, but that's probably what's causing the leak. Coby gave it a good cleaning with carb cleaner and sprayed it down with some compressed air. After that, he put it back together and plumbed it back up on the bike. The separate fuel shutoff valve this bike has was turned back on after having it off when the petcock was removed, and you can see there is no fuel flowing. That is a huge relief. However, in the process of plumbing it back to the carbs, I accidentally tore the fuel line. The airbox has to be removed in order to get to where we can take off the damaged line. Here is the torn hose. Since it did manage to tear relatively easily, it's probably best that we replaced it, so it's kind of a good thing that I broke it, right? With the new one installed, we plumbed up the airbox and reassembled the bike.
Oh, is that why we didn't put it now?
Because it was stripped?
I think it got stripped.
The next item on the list was the instrument cluster. The light bulb for the tach was burnt out, so we need to replace that. We're actually going to replace both lights. I had some leftover LEDs that I used on my ZR7S, and they fit perfectly in Coby's bike. We did a bad job of filming them being tested, but I assure you that they work.
What?
Hey Dad, ask us what we're doing next.
What do you guys... Oh, you're changing the oil gasket.
Yep, oil change. The drain bolt was pretty stubborn, so we had to use a 280Z clutch alignment tool my dad made back in the 80s as a breaker bar. With that broken free, the bolt was taken out by hand and the oil drained into a pan. Once the bolt was tightened back up, we could replace the filter. Some oil does drain out when taking off the cover, so we made sure to catch that. With the old filter out, the new one had the O-ring oiled up and then was placed into the engine. The cover plate was looking pretty rough. The old seal was removed with a flathead screwdriver, and then the whole thing was sprayed down with carb cleaner. And I also made sure to give it a good scrub with a nylon brush too. The groove was oiled up and then the new seal was inserted. That was covered in oil as well, just to make sure we had a good seal when we bolted back up. Oil was then added to the bike. We started it to make sure everything was all good, and hey, check out those bright gauges now. The very last task to do was to clean and lubricate the chain. It was sprayed down with the chain cleaner as the back wheel was spun to make applying it really easily. After letting it soak, it was scrubbed down with that nylon brush from earlier. It was then sprayed down one more time to wash away everything that was loosened up by brushing, and then rubbed down with a cloth. Finally, the chain was sprayed down with the chain lubricant, again spinning the wheel to make applying it easier. The bike was started up to make sure everything was running properly, and my brother let me give it the first test ride post-maintenance. But you probably don't want to see this dark and out of focus shot, so here's this.
Alrighty guys, that's gonna do it for this video as well as the entire series.
And that's because I am selling the bike. I already have a few people interested, but I'm ready to move up to something bigger, probably a 650 or 750. I am probably gonna stay with Suzuki though.
So yeah, thanks for watching the video, thanks for watching the series. I hope you guys enjoyed it. We had a lot of fun doing it. So stick around for our future projects on this channel. So, till next time, see you guys later.
Oh, hey, I was meaning to ask earlier, where is your bike?